Kia ora and welcome back. It's our final game of day one action here at the Pacific Youth Cup here in Pukekohe Navigation Home Stadium. And it's the Cook Islands, Kukiairani, taking on Tonga. Cook Islands already today faced a stubborn foe in the New Zealand Māori and went down handily to them 88-0, but they get some redemption, a chance to redeem themselves against Tonga. And with me in commentary, Courtney Tairi. Courtney, what do you look forward to about this game?
Tēnā koutou katoa. Well, like you said, the chance for the Cookie team to redeem themselves, but also it's our first look at this Tongan side for this tournament. So very exciting one to finish up the afternoon. We've got a great couple days of tournament here down at Pukekohe, but really looking forward to what both of these sides can put out on the park. We've mentioned it before, but just a great representation of culture on display in our women's, our Wahine Rugby League tournament here.
As we look to the Cook Islands, the Kukiairani lineup for today, looking out for Deshaun Powell and Polda Titu in the halves. That combination will be deadly. And Abigail Akaroa from Otahu, plays for the Otahu Leopards Club. She'll be one to watch. And for Tonga, Meli Kaufusi, their captain from Mangere College and the Howard Cornets. She's already playing some rugby over in the NRLW for the Bulldogs. She's signed to them. So she's definitely one to look out for today, Meli Kaufusi. A lot of pride on show from both sides, representing family and friends and their countries. What a great opportunity for these young players.
You're absolutely right, Isaac. And you can hear the cheer from the crowd as the teams run out. You can see the support there. We've seen plenty flags across the day being flown so proudly. You can see the Tongan one on the bottom of the screen there. And a great opportunity for these Wahine to play in front of their whānau, their friends, for their culture, for their countries. But also you can see out there, maybe not on screen now, but just below the flag is one of our little tamarikis. So, I mean, how important it is also for the kids here watching to see their whānau, their friends, and to see some role models for them to look up to and to see what they can aspire to be like. And it wasn't like that once upon a time, and for them to see a clear pathway for them to represent Tonga, I mean, how amazing and what a great celebration of culture.
it's a day full of rugby league, but it's also about singing and dancing and celebrating culture in a way that these teams can really express their pride and passion. Our referees for today, Jack Fevers and his assistants, Liam O'Brien and Paki Parkinson. We saw earlier Samoa taking back-to-back wins, beating Niue 78-0, and then New Zealand Māori in a great clash, 20-14. We could hear the support in the stands for the Samoan side. Courtney, just that passion and pride on show.
Oh, it was, and it was a real arm wrestle between both those sides. Had great games in the morning, then matched up this afternoon, and it could have went either way, but Samoa, they were so strong defensively. I was really impressed with what they put out, as too with New Zealand Māori, but Samoa in the end, they were just too strong, and I think on attack and just the game plan that they went in with and the smarts that they had to edge out that one try win over New Zealand Māori.
So Tonga in the red will kick us off and send it down to the Cook Island team. First carry of the game. Forward goes Grace Tongia. It's a strong carry to start us off. Maeva sent backwards. Good tackle on her. Whaiamongalu dropped off. Big collision. Eva Rose Dean met hard. Ayo Piti Finau and Latuila. As they send it through the hands, and there's a knock on. They were building nicely. The Cookies. It will turn to Tonga's turn in possession.
Yeah, you're right, Isaac. They were building nicely, and you wonder if they could have just shifted it one more time through the hands because the space was out there on their right edge. They opted to run it up, and unfortunately coming up with a mistake early on in the match. You mentioned players to keep their eyes on, and definitely one of them is Tetu, who was outstanding for this Cookie side earlier today. She is the halfback, and she's one to keep your eyes on. She just used a little bit of footwork and subtlety at the line then just to put her players into space. As we see Tonga, loose ball, but it's gone backwards, so they'll maintain possession.
Fuiena Sasa doing well to clean that up. They're on the back foot early, Tonga. It's in the hands of Latuila, who beats a defender and offloads out to the wing now through Lalavaya. And Lalavaya will cruise over the youngest player in the team, just a year 10, and she crosses for their first try. An early start for Tonga. They're up. Here we see that break, started by Mele Latuila, and then the offload into the speedster's hand. Lalavaya. She sprints away for an excellent try. Tonga lethal.
Absolutely, you can see the smile on her face once she realised she was going over. The fans in the crowd cheering her on. That's a great first set and a reply to a penalty from Cook Islands for Tonga to head over for their first try of the match. And you can tell they haven't played a game yet this morning, Isaac. Fresh legs, speedy legs. Unfortunately for Cook Islands, this is their second match of the day. So fatigue will have set in, probably a little bit heavier in the legs than what Tonga are, who are here nice and fresh, taking away absolutely nothing from them because that was a great set. And they knew just to work the ball to that edge and then to find, like you said, their speedster, put her into space. She still had work to do, but she managed to do it.
Successful conversion, Limalaiti Paia. And Tonga are up 6-0. Lalavaya from Kelston Girls High School, the Richmond Rovers Club. She does excellently here. Just 14 years old, turns 15 this year. Not looking at all like a young face out here with speed like that. turning 15 this year, so one of the youngest players at this tournament.
Absolutely incredible. And what a great way to test yourself. As you said, she doesn't look out of place at all, but it's such a great way to test herself against the skill of older players, and to do that to open with a try. Sensational from the youngster.
So Louis to kick us off, and Tonga, well, stopped at the feet and picked up by Serenity Tuala, and she goes direct into the defence, which brings her down just outside the 30, into the hands of Lolo Seal. A good tackle on her, sending her backwards. Eva and Louis combining there. Straight from dummy half though, a good run and an offload through the hands now. Tonga attacking through Kaufusi, who gets back up, but they'll play the ball from where she was taken to ground. Tonga building momentum from scrum half, running at them. Fia Moingalu. Been given a quick tap. And they'll hit it up. Kaufusi, Meli Kaufusi, the captain of the side, rumbling it forward. Just look to centre things, create options on both sides here. As Opeti Finau is driven backwards. Good tackle on her, Eva Rose Dean. Now the playmaker, Fafita Atasasa, Fuina Sasa, and through the hands of Fafita. The ball dribbling backwards and it's play on. Both teams stopping and looking at the referee. He said there's nothing to look at.
He said keep playing. That was great defensive pressure from the Cook Islands. Some driving tackles from just outside their 10 metres, applying great pressure to this Tongan side when they were on an attack, and they were able to force a turnover. Really impressed with that by this Cook Island side. It's just about what they can do on attack now.
Can they finish their sets, get themselves upfield, play in the right areas? They don't have to break out from their own half. But if they can pin this Tonga side back, they've already shown that they can capitalise on those mistakes. But a mistake. A penalty instead. We'll go Tonga's, Cook Islands rather, way.
And a welcome penalty at that, just for them to gain some more metres up the field. They'll kick to find touch, hopefully putting them deeper into this Tongan half, allowing them a better area to attack from.
Shakira Louis kicking for touch.
Just a bit of confusion there. They need to take the tap exactly where they've got the ball right now in the hands of Faulalo.
Now Tongia, good run, Grace Tongia. Man, it should be dragged down by Lolo Seo, but good meters there in the first carry of the set. Cook Islands, it's a dummy half run, runs them further afield. Just outside the 10 now. Through to Tetu, who assesses her options and decides to take on the line. Third tackle down. And a messy pass collected by Foul. She's driven backwards. And it's a slow play of the ball for their final fifth tackle. Slung wide. And clattering into the defence is Rose Dean, and now this, the final play. Faulalo. Tongia wrapped up.
And held up with the ball there, so it'll be change of possession. A good attacking set from Cook Islands as a player is just down outside of shot there. I like what they did. They probably just need more organisation on their attack and need to start using the width of the field. They really like this right side and they know that's their strong side, but I dare say Tonga know that that's where they're going to come. So it's, you know, using that deception against the defence and shifting the ball all the way out to the edges, moving the defence. I like the subtlety that their dummy half, Faolalo, used when she had the ball in hand. It's just doing little stuff like that in the game just to keep the defence guessing, and for me, they probably stayed on this right edge a little too long, shift the ball back towards the middle and even send it out to the left edge. Got some fresh legs out there, haven't seen much of the ball, so just see what they can do, create opportunities for each other.
Absolutely right. You can see that there's definitely space wide if they can get it there, and taking time to maybe draw on a few defenders into the centre of the field as you put Courtney. Could be key to the Cook Islands getting their first try of the tournament.
Oh, we'd love to see it. I'm sure, as you just saw on screen there, all the fans too, they'd love to see it. Everyone's here, you know, backing their nations, backing their countries, their culture, but we're all as one in the Pasifika. So while you are supporting your country, you're also supporting everyone else. You can see our tamariki there. All the whānau have come down to support. It's a great day out. We'll be here over the next couple of days, so come on down if you want to support.
Can you get another chair for Baba, please?
And the bench, it's full of depth, isn't it? Tonga, they'll be looking to rotate throughout the tournament. I think that's going to be an important aspect over the next few days, Courtney, is how these teams use their wider squads to ensure that they can stay fresh and make sure that they're making the most out of the games that they're playing.
Well, that's it, especially at these tournaments, there's unlimited interchange. So it's also about the team management, the coaches being smart with that, when to put players on, noticing when defence may be tired, so start getting your nippier players out onto the field for those attacking sets, resting your players when it's needed, as we see, unfortunately, one of the Cook Island players just making her way off the field.
Ava Rose Dean leaves the field. Had some early carries that were very impactful, so it will be a shame to see her leave the field. She'll be replaced. Cook Islands also lost a player to a broken collarbone in the first game, so injuries starting to stack up quite unfairly on the Cooks.
Yeah, and Eva Rose Dean, she's a big loss to this Cook Islands side, replaced by Abigail Akaroa. It's a good replacement there, but as you said, it's just disappointing to have to lose play, especially so early on in the tournament. And Dean, she had some great carries for her side, not only in this match, but in the previous match this morning against New Zealand Māori.
A nice carry and offload there, and Tonga break away up the field. Fafita, Betsy Fafita, fending off a player, dragged to ground. Brilliant run there, and now they're on the front foot with some real momentum, Tonga. Whatever they talked about in the break, they're using to their advantage, and they're breaking away and over the line. Kaloni Tuionitoa scores their second, and just like that, they extend their lead. Some important messages laid out in that chat during that injury stoppage, and they have broken out and scored straight away.
Well, straight away, no questions about it. And what absolute athletes we have on display across this whole tournament. You can see a great offload here, straight into the hands of Betsy Fafita. She breaks downfield. A good chase here by the Cookies Tetu. She was chasing, but they opted to send it out to their right edge. Got a left-hand fend, beating the Cook Islands defence. Also the fullback. And then for Kalone Tuionetoa to go over for Tonga's second try.
What a dive as well. That's one heck of a finish. She really knows how to get some air on those plays. Kalone Tuionetoa with the finish. Classy here from Tonga. It's exactly how you want to respond to a stoppage, using that time to get themselves ready for the restart of play. And then just 3 or 4 plays of the ball later, they're over the line.
Well, especially when you get a little break like that when there is injury time, it's just enough time to reset as a team. Like you said, Isaac, talk about what you want to do, but also get some air in the lungs, rest the legs a little, and know that you're going to hit this next set at 100% intensity.
So Shakira Lui will restart play for the Cook Islands, and they'll be asking themselves how they can get back down into Tongan territory and retain some ball. A long kick taken on the full and into the hands of another big carrier, Lupilota Opitifinau for Tonga. Now Cooley, Lose Cooley, intimidating runner, nearly lost the ball, plays it, and they'll continue on their march. This time Latuila, a big run. Those are 3 excellent carries for Tonga straight off the kickoff, and they're well into Cook Islands territory now as they sling it into the centre of the field and straightening the attack. There's Opitifinau, and she offloads. Staying on her feet is Kala Fafita. Kala Fafita wriggling out of tackles, fending off another. Finally brought to ground in a good tackle. That a foul, but they go to the short side and there's a lot of space and numbers. They cut back inside and over the line. Meli Fiao Moingalu gets the try, and just reward for what was an imposing set of carries from the Tongan side.
Well, it was, and they were so strong in their efforts on attack here. As we can see, she just shapes to go out to the right edge, sets back inside off her right foot, big fend there, and is able to go over, but it was set up by her team earlier on in that set. Tonga were just so strong all the way up the field, hard to stop, and it's amazing to see. You mentioned the depth of this Tongan side, but I think also the powerhouse that Tonga Rugby League has become over these last few years. You know, it started with the men's international game. You saw the Sea of Red supporting them, but it started to filter down now into last year when we had our internationals. We had the Tongan woman play at Eden Park, was outstanding. And just to see it now starting to filter down to these development sides as well, and see what great athletes and depth, as you mentioned earlier, that this Tongan Rugby League has within their system.
Absolutely, and it's days like today we can feel that development really shining through. Some of the talent on show. Meli Fiao Moingalu with the try from Onehunga and the Mount Albert Lions Club. This Tongan side really starting to stride out with confidence in their carries. And it's a tough game, rugby league, in the sense that after conceding a try like that, you have to kick it right back down to them.
That's it, you're straight back on defence. Unless you can somehow get the ball back off the kickoff, whether it's kicking it in the field then into touch or short kickoff. But you're right, Isaac, it's so tough when you've conceded a try, and then you're more than likely have to get straight back on defence off the kickoff.
There's Louis again. He starts proceedings, and it's collected by Fifita. And now Cooley. Lose Cooley getting an offload away nicely into the hands of Betsy Fifita. A couple of tacklers come at her and take her to ground. They know the danger, giving this Tongan team too much time off an offload. As now Kala Fifita.
And it's those big hits. That's great defence from this Cookie side. But then it's now, as it's lost forward by Tonga. So that is great defence, applying that pressure. They're going to get the ball back just over the 30-metre line.
Some tough defence there from the Cook Islands, showing some resilience after conceding a try to put on some big tackles, and now a chance with the ball. Something they've been starved of in this game through a few of their own errors, to be frank, and a lot of Tongan attack. They've just dominated in their carry so far. Cook Islands with the scrum now and options on both sides.
Yeah, and this is a real opportunity for them. We spoke about it earlier. Can they use the width of their team, but they opt to come back to this right edge, play the short side. And unfortunately, they'll cough up the ball again.
Good tackle from Samina Lokotui. Means that Tonga now are rewarded with possession. And a big hit coming in. Great work there. Magnolia Ash, Faulalo making a tackle and attempting another, but breaking out into the open now.
And who else but Tetu will take her down to stop that run all the way up the field.
Nelly Latuila with the break there. Into the field, and 14 is Himaloto. Nelly Himaloto. Quick play of the ball, and it's Cooley who dummies, but decides to go herself and rumbles over Lucy Cooley with another try. Well, she faked the pass a few times, but I wasn't convinced. Those defenders weren't either, but they couldn't stop it nonetheless. Another try for Tonga.
That's a great try. What I love about this try, it was off the back, so a forward scores it. But we see it here, so she gets the ball, as you said, throws a few dummies, backs herself, too hard to stop. But it was off the back of the run before from Mele Hemaloto, who really laid the foundation. So you've got one of the smaller ball players, one of the smaller runners actually laying the foundation for a forward to go over. Usually it's the other way around. So I love that they reverse roles there, but just great work by this Tongan side. They're so lethal, so dangerous whenever they have the ball in hand. And Mele Hemaloto, not sure you've got an age check on her, Isaac, but I tell you what, she's come off the bench. She's got intensity, but she looks teeny tiny. One of probably the smallest player out there, just hitting the ball straight up, taking on the defensive line. So she's wearing the pink headgear.
The conversion unsuccessful from Limalaiti Paia. 20-0. Himaloto from Northland and the Hibiscus Coast. One of the smaller players in the team, but not shirking away from the heavy responsibilities of taking some of the carries.
Just her speed and her footwork. That was unreal to see.
So Tonga now barreling forward, a big fend. Serenity Tuala. And another big contact coming in. Again for Lalo. Doing well defensively. Making some big tackles. The hooker for the Cook Islands. As now it's dropped off and it's Latuila, who's been dangerous, already broken Cook Islands already a couple of times, and now Himaloto threatening the line.
Just her footwork. She's so silky with the ball. She saw that there were no markers. She took it up, but here we go. Cook Islands, they come up with a loose ball. But Tonga pounce on them on defense, not allowing them to gain any extra meters there.
Eva Maiva doing her best. On the loose ball, breaking away with it. Cook Islands trying to get upfield, but this Tongan defence is smothering at this point. Foul. And a good carry coming in here from Akaroa, Abigail Akaroa, giving them the punch they need. As now Faulalo meets a stubborn defence. 3 players swarming her and driving her back. Tonga rallying on the defensive responsibilities now. They're on form. As Kapeni Tirio takes it forward. They need quick ball and they'll get it. Dropped off to their captain, Gillette. Now Louis faking, kicking. It's into the end goal. It's going to hover there, and it's going to be awkward for Tonga. Can they get out of their own end goal? A pull of the hair will be awarded a penalty, Tonga, and it's an escape for them because they were under some real pressure.
Oh, they were, and that was great work by the Cook Islands. A great kick just rolling into the end goal. Would have got a repeat set here, but a pull of the hair, and you can see the player there just letting go straight away as soon as she realised. But that's what the refs need to do, just pull it up to make sure that it doesn't happen throughout the game. But, oh, Cookies, they'll be disappointed that they didn't get that repeat set because I tell you what, they earned it.
It was a very well-weighted kick there from Shakira Louis. Tonga, 5 minutes left in the first half. They've scored 5 tries. 4 tries rather, as they attack again.
And as much as they've been on defence this game, Cook Islands, I've still been impressed with the way, like ones like this, or through the middle, but who else is there but to back up with their footwork and their speed, Hemaloto. But Cook Island, the intensity that they're still able to make tackles after being on defence repeatedly throughout this game.
Kaufusi with a nice wide ball into the hands of Lala Veo, who tried to float a ball over the top. It's drifted forward. Drifted may be the wrong word, but it was forward, and Tonga, well, definitely an opportunity there. Nice pass from Kaufusi. Oh,
it was great work, and they're very dangerous down that right edge, especially when they start shifting the ball out wide and they've got a overlap of players. Not the right decision there. I thought she might have even put it on the foot to chip it through for one of her inside runners. But it's easy to say from up here, Isaac, when we're just sitting here getting to call the game.
Those decisions and those tight moments at speed, well, they're all learning opportunities, aren't they? And all these players in this tournament, it's the first time that we've had an under-18 side of the draw, so a lot of these teams are playing together first time. All of the relationships with the players, getting an idea of spacing, how to play defensively, what to do on attack, listening to the communications of your teammates, all of that is new for these players, and they're doing an incredible job.
Oh, they are, and this Tongan side, they've had 5 weeks of training together, which can seem like a lot, but it's not when you're still, you know, you're on school holidays, you've got your family and everything, you're busy, and then you've got a couple of training sessions to come together as a team. So I think for the amount of time these players have had to prepare, we've been lucky to see such great rugby league from all of them.
That conditioning over Christmas and New Year's is pretty tough to keep up. Oh, I can say that for sure.
So can I. Even if you are an elite athlete, it is tough, especially when you've got to slog it out on your own. If you're away on holiday and your family's relaxing, you've got to get up, you've got to go do your workouts.
Fantastic tackle coming in there from Meli Kaufusi. Again, she's really adding the impetus on defence, and one of the smallest players on the field puts on another really brave effort there. Hemaloto with a great tackle.
She shot from marker. She'd already lost her headgear in the tackle before, and then she's able to shoot from marker, get a turnover, and then go straight to dummy half.
She has really brought the impact today, hasn't she, Meli Hemaloto? As Tonga break forward and it just stopped short. And they're very close to the line and smelling it there. Meli Hemaloto, a try to her name. Wow, too good to pass up on that occasion, but they'll continue their onslaught on this Cook Islands line as they go close and roll over, but they'll call the try, in fact. And Lupiloto Opiti Finau will be the benefactor on this occasion, but a few players could have had their name to that one. Tonga extend their lead.
See it there. Hemaloto, she plays the ball. She doesn't even have time to tie up her headgear. she's been too busy, especially throughout that whole set, and then Tonga just so close to the line. You see to play the ball here, and they're able just to edge their way over between two Cook Island defenders, or Pasifika finding the try line.
Pasifika from Epsom Girls Grammar plays for the Manurewa Marlins. There's no denying her impact today, and the carry is one of the bigger type forwards in that engine room for Tonga that has been able to steer them around the field. Real engine, Tongan forward pack. And they've churned through this game, eating meters. As the first half draws to a close, Tonga, above all, will have to pat themselves up on the back for what has been an excellent first half for them. Leading now by 26-0. Cook Islands just having a few extra words in behind the posts, having a chat as to how they can keep themselves motivated and keep themselves in this match. They won't be able to play the kickoff. Instead, we will go to half-time, and 26-0 will be the half-time score. Tonga well on top here at the Pacific Youth Cup over the Cook Islands.
It's an absolute feast.
At Pertec, we understand that our customer needs their plant and equipment up, running and available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Using only world-class product from the likes of Bridgestone and Yokohama, there is no compromise for your valuable machines. Our attention to detail and precision is second to none. It's this customer experience that separates Pertec from the pack. Pertec will keep you operating.
Kia ora, malolele, welcome back. Half time here, Tonga up 26-0 over Kukiarani, the Cook Islands. A dominant display in the first half from Tonga. Some of their big ball carriers really coming to the party and setting up for some excellent tries. The first of which was to Lala Vaya, who just showed some real speed, unleashing down the touchline and going over for the early lead for Tonga. What a dive as well from the young player. Here again into the hands of Kaloni Tui Onitua, and her as well, and another excellent swan dive. Two amazing dives really. They're just the perfect cherry on top to two excellent tries from Tonga. And then the number 9, Meli Fiao Moingalu, scoring their third off dummy half. Some excellent individual tries in this one, and this Lossi Cooley, probably the pick of the lot. 3 dummies, 1, 2, 3, and then straight over the line, taking 3 defenders with her. So some great direct running there from Lossi Cooley. And the last try of the first half was an opportunistic one over the line. Piti Finau, Lupilota or Piti Finau, to take the score to 26-0 at halftime. The Cook Islands, well, they'll have a lot to talk about at halftime in terms of how they can find some reprieve in this match, even if it is just getting a try to their names, because they have been brave and a real opponent in this tournament.
Well, they have, and they've gone so close a couple of times that they've been down on the Tongan try line, and sometimes they were looking for those repeat sets, and they just weren't able to, just through some areas. But they've been there, they've been in the game, so it's unfortunate that they are down 5-0 at the moment, but you can't take away from them when they are on offense down that end. What they are able to do, probably just need some more structure on attack, start using more width and depth as well across the field. But it's also, for me, every time Tonga scores in the Cookies kickoff, the Cookies defence has been right up in Tonga's face, their ability to do that off the first, second, third hit up. But then what do they do after that? They need to think about the next couple of plays, and I think that's where Tonga have been really dominant. It's their second effort, it's their third effort, and their ability just to get the Cookie team on the back foot. But I mean, a great half of football from both these sides. Cook Islands played earlier this morning against New Zealand Māori, so they'll be fatigued. So I mean, I take my hat off to them out there in this sun, playing their second match for the day, whereas this is the first time we've seen Tonga, so they'll be nice and fresh, and you can see that, the speed through the legs and just the energy that they have. But I mean, I'm really looking forward to this second half.
You're right about the fresh legs making a massive difference in a match like this when you've already played earlier in the day, as the Cook Islands side have, losing to the New Zealand Māori. Lactic acid just builds over the process of the day, but they will build on into this tournament, and they can take learnings from all of these matches. The coaches will be bringing in the changes and using that unlimited interchange to their benefit to make sure that these players are fresh and ready for the second half. (26-0) Tonga. They know they have some big matches up ahead of them. Some of the tougher opposition. Real heavyweights in the draw. New Zealand Māori, Samoa await them. As the Cook Islands kick us off. It's a big hit up coming for Kaufusi, and an offload into the hands of Fuina Sasa. Now Tuala, Serenity, Tuala. 4 defenders to take her down. Over halfway, dropping it off for Kaufusi again, her second carry. And 3 tackles. The big forward. Now Paia stepping, brushing away a tackler easily, trying to offload and just deflecting off her shins as she went to ground, and a disappointing end to what was a threatening set there for Tonga.
Yeah, and probably this Cook Islands side will breathe a sigh of relief, because they were looking very dangerous there. This Tongan side, great speed, great use of the ball, footwork at the line, but just coming up with the error as they were taken to ground there. So the Cook Islands, they'll get to feed the ball at the scrum just inside their 20. It's going to be hard work for them to get it out of their own end.
Ishan foul. Feed the scrum. And it goes backwards very quickly. It will reset, however.
A pushing scrum there from Tonga. You don't see that often in rugby league. The ref just having a little bit of a word. I don't think there was anything illegal there, but they're going to reset the scrum. Cook Islands, they'll be ready for it this time. Put the ball through quickly, get it straight out the back.
Do just that. And now T2 driven back, and a good tackle. Fuina Sasa meeting the half at the game line and driving her backwards.
Oh, and a penalty's been called here inside the 10, so Tonga up too quickly, giving Cook Islands, and they'll be very happy to receive this penalty just to work it out from their own end.
Gonna take the quick tap and carry it forward.
Cook Islands here, they'll just want to secure the ball, hold on to the ball, complete this set, give each other good passes, run hard onto the ball.
Akaroa going back inside and beating several defenders. Dragged to ground and a good tackle of Latuila. And she's given momentum to the Cook Islands through a carry. Some great work there as Louis tries to engage the line from fullback. Out on that right edge. And now Faulalo does well to directly engage the line and beats a defender. Gets to her feet and plays the ball. Cook Islands now with a chance. It's put high through the boot of Polder Titu. And Tonga will attack back at them. It's knocked forward. Dislodged from the hands of Tuiono Toa. Now Cook Islands with their best opportunity of the match so far, a scrum. It'll just be a restart of play.
And they need to do exactly what they did in that last set. Another great run there. But just secure the ball, because it's so damaging what they can do when they can play the right way, secure the ball, keep the ball in hand. Unfortunately goes hopefully backwards, lost forward. So another opportunity gone begging there for this Cook Island side within the 20.
Fingers crossed for the knock backwards there, Courtney. Sadly no, a knock on. And just on that play, trying to go that one pass wider, not quite to the chest, out on the fingertips, and an error for the Cook Islands means Tonga will attack just outside the 10.
Yeah, and it's just for these players recognising in that last set the Tongan defence wasn't getting up off their defensive line, almost looked a bit fatigued, whether or not they just were trying to, I guess, retain their energy and not get off the defensive line. You could hear the Cook Island players saying, kind of drifting across, they say go forward because they're not coming up, so gain that extra yardage. So it's knowing in that set just then, are Tonga fatigued? Do we just need to secure the ball, play footy straight up the middle of the park?
That's absolutely where they've seen the best results. And speaking of results, Tonga breaking away from Kaufusi, and she's all on her own. She's being chased, but they won't reach her. She's over the line. Mele Kaufusi, or rather that is Limalaiti Paia, the half, who scores for Tonga. And they will extend their lead. It was a nice run straight off the scrum at first receiver. Breaking away to score. A long range effort.
Well, and she just put her head down, didn't she? And was going straight for the sticks. Great chase there from the Cook Island players, but she just had too much in the legs. She also had supporting players just in case. Backed herself all the way. She's going to take her own conversion as well. But I know we've spoken about it, as you said, it was off the back of the scrum, off the back of a Cook Islands error, all the way down the other end, allowing Tonga to go end to end here. And, you know, a damaging way for the Cook Islands to start this second half, allowing Tonga to put more points on the scoreboard.
Limalaiti Paia of Ahuriri College, Hangari East Hawks. Another one of the young players on this side. Knocks over the conversion. And Tonga, they're doing damage. 32-0 over the Cook Islands here. Scoring first out of the break. Asserting and retaining momentum.
Yeah, just under 23 minutes left to play. And you wonder how high this scoreboard can go for Tonga. We saw earlier today, New Zealand Māori were able to get 88-0.
Samoa managed 78-0. So there were some big score lines indeed. And 2 of the earlier matches here in the Pasifika Youth Cup. But the Cook Islands, well, they'll be keen to keep it as close as possible. They're yet to score a try in this tournament, but some of their defence has been really classy, showing a lot of passion and pride in their jersey. So they'll keep playing with a lot of effort. As this kickoff goes short and is knocked on, and so they will get an opportunity with ball in hand. Off a loose kickoff, Tonga couldn't retain. Deshaun foul with the scrum feed and out into the centre of the field where Shakira Lui will step. Dragged down by a couple of defenders. And they'll go back to that side where Tetu is met with a lot of pressure. She's been swarmed. Tonga's defence really rushing up on them now, not giving them a lot of time to think about what they'd like to do. And they'll lose the ball. Penalty's been awarded. Instead it was a strip. Referee Jack Fevers awarding a penalty. Foul. Quick tap. Cutting back on the inside for Lalo. Good strength. Staying on her feet, not allowing herself to be dragged backwards. For Lalo. And the bright lights for this Cook Islands side. Kapeni Te Reo getting them back, going forward. Foul. Managing to strug away a defender, getting to ground. Tetu. Tongia. Tongia tough to stop. And here we go, Cook Islands close to the line. Back to Tetu. For Lalo. Stripped of the ball, clean. And into the hands of Himaloto. And surely, no, he'll continue the play. There was a messy play of the ball, slowed down there. Cook Islands player on the wrong side of the ruck.
Now it's just a very smart defensive effort and read from Paya there to do a one-on-one strip, get the ball back from her team, ignite some fire in this Tongan side. Not that they need it at all.
There's an injury, and it looks like that Deshaun Fowl, who's gone down, looked to be a player that collapsed on top of her. She looks quite sore there, so another player down for the Cook Islands.
Yeah, and she's their 5'8", and she's been really good for her team across this entire day. So, I mean, it's a shame to see any player injured, but she is one of their real go-to players, one of their playmakers. I think she's been playing some great footwork at the line. She's communicating to her team when they are on attack. So if they do lose her, she'll be a big loss to this side. And I mean, can't help but just think that opportunity with Cook Islands with the ball on Tonga's line, you know, an opportunity lost for them to score their first try of the tournament, and just lacking a bit of structure, composure and organisation down there when they were on offence.
See here the nice work from the strip. In fact, this was the try, the first try to Limalaiti Paia. Managed to break away off the scrum and score. She's only 15 years old, just a year 10 herself. Limalaiti Paia. So this Tongan side, full of talent. Been very impressed by the players that have been on show today for both sides, but indeed on this Tongan side, some of their ball carriers, some of the decision makers. Limalaiti Paia, one of them. Very impressed with Lala Vaya, a youngster out on the wing who scored the first try of the game. And of course, how can we go past Meli Fiamongalu? And the smallest player on the field, Meli Himaloto, 16 years old. Playing for the Northland Swords in a rep rugby in the Bay of Islands.
16 years old and an absolute superstar of the game already, I reckon. She is in and amongst everything. You can see she's got a pink headgear on, ball in hand, but she has really been behind this Tongan side, and just the energy that she brings as we see them go up the field here.
Fiamongalu with a great carry. It was Himaloto to Fiamongalu. The melee combination is now an attack up the middle. Kalafafita adding her impetus. Himaloto wants the ball quickly, but there was an error. You're right, for small in stature, she's commanding of the ball. And when there's an opportunity, she is always the first one up to put the hand up to take it. Mele Himaloto.
And she's always in at dummy half, obviously her position, but look at her now, she's right in there. I mean, it is her position, but she's packing that scrum as well. Up there with the forwards. I reckon they could almost lift her up and just hold her up in there.
It's got to be inspiring, though, isn't it, Courtney, to see all shapes and sizes playing on the rugby league field. It's not about the size, it's about the passion and the heart that you play with.
Oh, I absolutely love it. I also love the way that the team looks after her. Like you can see now, as we see Cook Islands.
Big bump off.
Yeah, but they'll shift her out to the edges and they'll protect her on defence, knowing that she is a smaller player. But I tell you what, she's all heart. She won't shy away from making a tackle.
Shakira Lui with an excellent carry there, just sending away the defender. Big bump off from Shakira Lui. And that's really revved something in this Cook Islands side. They're attacking with some energy. Mario Alofosio had a knock on, a frustrating knock on. The Cook Islands just really building some momentum off that initial carry where they sent a defender backwards. Shakira Lui. Some nice footwork and then bang.
Yeah, you hit the nail on the head there, Isaac. Frustrating. They were just building something. You could feel their momentum had shifted a little. They're working their way upfield. And unfortunately, just an error to just release all that pressure that they had just made.
Less pushing going on in that scrum as Tonga attack straight off the base of the scrum through Fuina Sasa. Himaloto to Paia. Now Latuila. Mele Latuila. Himaloto. Fiamongalu. Fafita, Kala Fafita, 16. Been strong in the carry, but loose in the play of the ball there. Frustrating for the Tongans this time. The error starting to stack up in the last game of the day.
That's right. Fatigue starting to set in. Ill discipline. Even for this Tongan side, it is only their first match of the day, but it just shows how hard it is out there, how hard both teams are working. Back-to-back sets for both the sides, and it's just those errors are just starting to creep in.
Just over 12 minutes ago here, and Cook Islands would love to get a try in their second game. Yet to score a try at this tournament, and Shakira Lui, well, she's shown she's not afraid to take the defence on. Could she be the one to break them open? She's got the ball now and steps back inside. A striding run here. Launches out with a fend, and it takes a couple to take her to ground. The Cook Islands looking for a breakaway downfield. It's a good hurtling run here. Into the defence, building some momentum. This is Tonga, who bumps away Kala Fafita, and goes forward, so they're building metres. Eating up yards here, the Cook Islands. Masters into contact. She gets up slowly. Now Shakira Lui. It's a kick that was meant to go a bit deeper than it did, and instead into the hands of Lokotui, who manages to offload away to Hansen. Jada Hansen, all the speed in the world. And she'll lunge to the goal line for yet another try. Unfortunate on the last play to kick straight into the hands of Lokotui, and she was able to offload to Jada Hansen, who finishes it off for Tonga.
Yeah, great work there, just down that left edge, but as you said, Lokotui, she was able to just catch the ball on the full and somehow managed to get an offload away. I didn't see where that come from. I'm sure we'll see it when we get another look at it, but just great work there from this Tongan side to stream all the way down the other end. I thought it was a great offensive set from the Cook Islands. Eva Rose Dean, we saw her go off earlier with the injury. Great to see her come back on. The knee was strapped up. She helped get that momentum going forward for the Cook Islands side, but unfortunately, just at the end of their set, that kick went straight into the hands of Lokotui, and that's just what Tonga can do when you allow them that space, especially on that edge. They've got players that's so fast out there on that wing.
Jada Hansen, the try scorer from Epsom Girls Grammar. She showed some real pace along that touchline. Once she got the ball, well, no one really had a chance. 38-0 now, Tonga. They've been able to really execute and punish some small mistakes from the Cook Islands. Particularly on that occasion, the kick that was just put high into the air, but not particularly deep, and was taken uncontested by Lokotui. And you're right, despite being swarmed by defenders, was able to get an offload away to a player in a lot of space. And unfortunately for the Cook Islands, that player was Jada Hansen, and she's got some wheels.
She does, and that's a luxury when you have a player like that playing outside you. Even when you do draw the attention of all the defenders, you just know if you can somehow get it out to her. If you've got 2-3 defenders on you, you know she's free. You've just got to get that ball away. So great work by Lokotui there to be able to do that and get the ball into Hansen's hands.
Steeden sent high into the sky, and it's bobbling ball here for Fihamoingalu. She's put to ground. Manages to centre the play for Tonga. In the middle of the field, and it's a great place to attack from for Katamili Ikafoli. He gets pushed, but will not go to ground. Pushed and shoved, but not tackled. And they'll break away. One offload, back into the hands. Fuiina Sasa, and an excellent break there from the Tongans, rewarded with a try down the other end of the field. Who else for the final touch on things but Meli Hemaloto, who handed it over to May Fuiina Sasa for the try.
Yeah, I thought Hemaloto might have got one there, but you know, she was able to get that offload away. We see here it's a great one by Ika Fole, straight up the middle, just the defense couldn't bring her down, uses footwork, even see there, she just starts to lose her footing a little, gets the ball away to Himiloto. I thought she might have gone all the way, but then she was able to do an offload to Fueina Sasa. So send her over, her fullback over for a try.
You saw there the attempt at tackle from Abigail Akaroa. A big push, but wasn't unbalanced. Could have been thrown off her feet by that, but managed to stay alive in the play and offloaded nicely. And who else in support but Himiloto, who has been on the shoulder of every break that she's been on the field for, just alert to the opportunities wherever possible, and was there to play the link and give the final touch. Nice offload away for Fueina Sasa. And Imalaiti Paia with the conversion. 44-0. That one just sneaking over, but she'll take it.
And just over 6 minutes to play here, and you look at the scoreboard, 44-0 to Tonga, but I think the Cook Islands can be really proud of the effort, not just in this game, but their earlier match today. But I've been really impressed with the effort that they've put out here today against a very fresh Tongan side. But just, even when you look at the benches, Tongan's almost got a full team that can go on. I think Cook Islands are down to one player on their bench with their knees strapped, and I actually think has no boots on. So they're probably down to no subs at all. So I think they can be really proud of what they've put out on this field today and wearing the Cook Islands jersey.
A few players late to join the charge, pulling up with cramp or a few other little injuries as a massive dummy gets sold. Down the field was the try scorer, Fueina Sasa. And Himiloto sees them just getting back slowly and says, I'll take it right down the middle. Nearly Himiloto, just an Energizer bunny out there.
Well, she got about 20 metres for her team then, just straight off the back of a dummy halfway. She noticed that the defence were slow to get back, so she just scooted that ball up, but unfortunately Tonga had a knock on there, so Cook Islands will get another go at it. 5 minutes left in this match. I know everyone here is spurring them on to get down the other end to hopefully score their first try of the tournament.
Himiloto really acting as a real spur for this Tongan side, lifting their intensity, coming off the bench, and she's an example of this depth of this Tongan side. She didn't start the match, but she's come on and really brought another level of energy. There's Louis offloads to Tonga. Eva Rose Dean, who's back on the field. After being injured in that first half, it's great to see her back playing for Lalo. Getting away from a tackler, she's been very good today. For Lalo. Magnolia Ash for Lalo. As Tonga knocks the ball forward and tries to kill the play, but cannot. It means that Tonga will have another chance to attack. Just ahead of the 40. There's Kaufusi taking it forward. Now Latuila searching out a defender, bumping her off and offloading. It's been her trademark today. Strafing run across field and a straight in here as they come again this time. Lavaya coming off her wing and taking on the line. Himiloto over. Nearly Himiloto just rewards for the most busy player on the field. She gets a try.
Oh, we've waited all match for it. As you said, the busiest player out there. You can see here, dummy half. She tells the defense, I'm going left. She scoots herself, no markers there, reaches over. We said it earlier, the smallest player out there, but manages to get her arm free, take on two defenders and reach for that line, slams it down, and I think just rewards for all the effort that she's put out there on the field today should be very, very happy with that one.
Conversion from Paya could take it out to 50, but at this point 48. The score 48-0. Nelly Hemaloto. This is the first time on the score sheet, but if we were measuring try assist, she'd have several.
Try assist, dummy half runs, you name it. She was doing it all match.
Meters gained compared to kilograms could be a good one. I'd say she'd lead that stat per kilogram. Meters gained.
How many times the headgear's fallen off because she hasn't had time to even tie it up?
She's just that busy. Who has time for headgear these days? Not Melly Hamaloto, I tell you that much. So 50-0 is the score. Tonga showcasing their class here in their first game of the Pacific Youth Cup here in Pukekohe Navigation Home Stadium. The final game here of day one. Day two, we'll see our first look at the boys' side of the draw, as well as a couple more of the girls' matches going across Saturday and Sunday as well. So it's a 5-day tournament. Already bodies starting to tire. It's going to be a marathon, not a sprint. The Pacific Youth Cup. So it's Ketu who kicks off, and it's into the hands of Himaloto. Now to Kuli, Losi Kuli. And the smile on her face as she gets the offload away. They're having fun, this young Tongan side. Losi Kuli embracing the space. As now Katameli Ikafoli engages with the defence and manages to shrug off a few tacklers and go to ground. Himaloto barking orders. Paya dummying. Dangerous run there from Paya. Himaloto. Betsy Fafita. Can she be driven over? Betsy Fafita, she wants to get to ground. She will get there. The try will be awarded. And right on the hooter for full time, Betsy Fafita will get Tonga's final try. And what has been a fun-filled game for these young Tongan ladies. They have been brilliant. Betsy Fafita with the full stop on a comprehensive performance.
You can see Paya there just pushing her teammate over after a strong run by her. Just willing her to get that ball over the line. Cook Islands unable to hold her up.
Nima Laiti Paya will have our final act of the game. They've managed to keep this Cook Islands side scoreless, and they themselves have scored a whopping 56 points. Tonga, a dominant force in their first game of the Pacific Youth Cup, 56-0 here over the Cook Islands. What a performance from them. That is all it for our first day's coverage here on day one of the Pacific Youth Cup. We'll see you tomorrow with some more fantastic action live from our team here. Thank you for watching.